Welcome to VRML Breachers. Sorry for the delay. I was working with the teams. They just got the server set up, and it looks like they just pulled out actually. So I don't know what's going on. Apparently they are facing some audio issues. So definitely a lot of weirdness going on right now. But hopefully the teams can find a server that works well for them, and then we can hop in. I know, I mean, yesterday I was playing, and I was running some issues too with the server. We had the, client shut down on us, and we had to restart 2 different maps. So definitely some weirdness going on. I think people were saying maybe it was the central servers. I don't know. You didn't hear from me, so who knows? On top of that, a recent update just came out. So obviously there's a lot of different things going on right now with Breachers. I'm excited to see. I think, I'm not sure if this is the first cast today. I think maybe there might have been an earlier cast, but luckily we get to cast and see what it looks like to have a team deal with the new updates that just came out and see how that affects potentially some of the metas going forward, right? We have things that change, like the syringe. Now it's 450 because everyone was buying it out at 300. Because that was just enough that you're comfortable buying it. I think that now does make it the most expensive gadget in the game, which makes sense, right? It helps increase your survivability, and that sort of stuff. I'm like trying to still find the server at the same time while talking, but we are fine to go, and I cannot seem to find the server, so we'll see what happens. I haven't really been pinged by either team either. Has issues with comms. Sorry, trying to get these teams to help me out with the server setup. Anyways, but that's why I'm excited to see this game. These are top 10 teams, right? You got a number 5th team playing against number 5. Both teams have definitely done very well this season. You got a 4-1 with Echoholics and 3-0 with Eternity. So I'm excited to see what happens going forward. This will be Echoholics. Either they win this will be Eternity's first loss. And, if Eternity wins this, they'll still be on a winning streak, and this will be Echoholics' second loss. So I'm excited to see how these teams handle both, playing against some really top-tier teams, but also some new meta changes that literally rolled out today. I don't know if y'all checked out the updates. We have some pretty big changes, like I mentioned earlier, with the syringe now costing more money. You have something like the Marui. I actually think the Marui might come into meta now. It actually had a decrease in recoil. So it's a lot easier to manage shooting now compared to something like, well, the Vezin still I think is a little bit not as much of a kick, but the Marui has way less of a kick. Other things were introduced like control points. That's just general updates though. That's not obviously changing VRML anytime soon, at least from what I've seen. I'm pretty sure we will maintain the, sorry, I'm being pinged by both teams. They're not sure we might have a challenge. Okay. Sorry, I'm really trying to find these people. There it is. Hopefully this server works better. What is the password? I'm trying to think what other updates came through. Drone actually is cheaper now. It's $200 versus I think it was $400 before. A lot of quality of life updates. Apparently they changed the model of the Vezin. I don't know. Just a lot of cool updates that came out today. And I think there's some really cool things happening. If y'all haven't hopped in Breachers and tried out Control Point, definitely do that. Check it out. See what's going on. Because it's pretty fun. I think it's a better kill house. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of kill house, but sometimes I don't want to deal with the, the single death things going on for bomb defusal. Sometimes I want to hop in and get a couple rounds in, get some practice shots, but not worry about, oh, if I die, I can't do anything this round. So I'm definitely excited to see how things are going to be with these updates and these changes, because this is my first cast since the update. So Who knows? I was rocking the Marui earlier in the control point game, and I thought it was better than the Vezin now. That's why I don't know. I'm saying Marui meta, but who knows? I'm not a top 10 team, so we'll see what works the best for competition. But it's cool that we're seeing things like a buff to the Marui, because as I don't know if y'all have been keeping track with Triangle Factory and how they're developing breachers, but one of the concerns they had brought up was they were hoping that any changes that they made in terms of guns affects balance in such a way that teams can utilize more guns and they're still all effective, right? Because the thing we saw earlier in the season was it was basically a Cyclone to Vezin pipeline. I didn't really see any competitive teams do anything different than that. You know, for better or for worse, you can say whatever you want. Sorry, I'm still talking with these teams because now we are on a big delay because server issues have been a thing. I don't know if y'all knew, but there was definitely server issues yesterday, and it seems like they are continuing today. And I'm trying to get something going with these teams. But I think that's it in terms of major updates like meta and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Oh, looks like not much going on in here. I'm not sure if we are going to be going with this lobby. I don't really see anyone in here doing anything. Maybe they're leaving. I don't know. I have yet to see what's going on with either of these teams. Looks like they are pulling out, so we might be hopping servers once more, which is unfortunate because we are all over the place, and that is... This could have just muted the... Anyways, I am trying to mute some of this stuff out because it's being weird. But looks like we may or may not be going for a server hop once more, which has been fun. I still can't get one with audio. Yeah, people are so the team is apparently running into audio issues. They're hopping into servers, but I guess people can't hear each other. So they are server hopping, trying to find one that does work out. But we will see. I think that's all. I'm trying to think if there's any other cool updates that have happened tonight, and I don't think there. Well, not tonight. I think it was this morning or last night. I don't know when the changes. I think it was just today. I think the changes went live today because I was playing last night. I didn't see any updates or anything. So definitely exciting. You know, when we're talking about breachers and how they're going forward with how they play the game. I think it'll be good for more casual audience. You know, people can kind of get that team style deathmatch, but I think in the much superior maps like Skyscraper, Hideout, and Factory, Kill House is just, I don't like it as a map. No discredit to any of the devs or designers for that map, but obviously all the love went into the bomb defusal maps, which makes sense. That's going to be the bread and butter of the game, so it makes sense that I do prefer Control Point right now. Definitely is funky. It's kind of cool that I think anyone could buy breaching. You can literally just pop all the walls in Control Point. If y'all haven't hopped in, definitely try out Control Point. I've seen so many servers rocking Control Point because it's fun. It's fun. It keeps energy high. You get your shots pretty much locked in, so it's pretty fun to watch. But we will see what is going forward, because I don't know. I do not know if these teams have found a server yet or not, but it looks like they may have found one. This is not their I'm almost like tempted to go and roll this into ads or not, but no, we will keep it punching, keep it going. But excited for the lineup today. I don't think I've casted a top 10 matches lineup yet, so this will be my first one with a, you know, better, I guess, lineup you can say, or matchup. So definitely exciting. We're gonna see some top tier movements, some crazy angles from both of these teams, crazy shots back and forth, and seeing what these people decided are the more meta or makes the most sense sort of plays, right? That's why I'm always excited to see these kind of teams play that way, to really see what they have determined is like the best way of playing breachers, or at least the most optimal way of playing through breachers. And everyone has audio issues. This is fun. This is fun. But we'll keep it going. I'm almost tempted. Should I just start giving a presentation on... Okay, looks like they might have found the server. And I am trying to find the server. Looking. I'm looking. Yeah, server issues suck. Especially, you know, when you think about competitive matches, it just throws the whole thing out of whack, and everyone has to deal with all this weirdness, delays things. It's not fun. Kind of kills the momentum. You know, you're getting all hyped up in these sort of things. But anyways, it looks like they are sticking with this server, which is awesome. This looks like it is the best setup at this point. So I'm definitely happy that we found a home. Alright, I'm telling the teams I'm in, ready whenever y'all are. That's fine. You know, we are keeping it pushing. We're 22 minutes in. Well, I guess I did have 10 minutes, like 8 minutes into the waiting room. So really it comes down to like 14 minutes of just talking. And that is fine by me. I will keep it pushing, keep it moving, as that is what you do when you're casting breachers, regardless of any issues we might have found. But we are officially in a server. We're kind of just holding it down, waiting on these teams to ready up. I'm always interested to see what people end up playing for the first couple maps. Usually the first couple maps are the maps that these teams have deemed their better maps. Looks like they're actually going to be playing Hideout for the first map. So it'd be interesting to see. And I believe that goes to home team. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't 100% remember. But we are good. We are keeping it pushing. And the people are coming on into this server. So we are finally populating it. And let's just, you know, hop in the lobby, check out what's going on. Nothing crazy, just people trying their best to keep their heads straight as they're waiting for the weirdness that has happened with these servers. And we are good to go, chilling, have a good time, but nothing crazy. I forgot to get myself water again today, but that's fine. I'll get it during one of the breaks. Hopefully we'll be fine. I'll be fine. You know, the hardest part I think about casting is that your voice really does just dry up your throat so much, and I end up almost choking, but it's fine. It is fine. I'll keep it pushing. I love watching breachers. I love casting for these teams, and I love seeing what these teams put together in terms of plans and how they do their best to respond to these other teams and handle them. So we do have the 10 people in the lobby. We will keep it moving pretty soon. I'm hoping. No one's... Can they hear each other? I'm not sure if they're doing sound checks or mic checks, because they did say they were finding problems with certain audio issues. So we will have it going, get the show on the road, because I don't know how much longer I can keep talking. You know what, the only thing that kind of sucks about this is it's hard to keep up with the chat because we have the match delay, so it ends up being kind of awkward, especially with something like breachers versus a whole 3-minute delay. It's hard to have interaction with chat live. I try my best, you know, when I'm casting and I'm checking through the chats, but it really is pretty difficult, unfortunately. But hey, try my best. You know, I wanna make sure y'all know we're in here, we're having a good time and relaxing. So we are chilling here. I'm hoping y'all can hear me in the chat. It looks like I'm good to go on my end with my mic, but you never know. And it looks like we do have trees on dock, smooth ride in, people hopping in the chat. I don't think they can talk. Maybe they're using their hands to figure out how to talk with each other, or they're trying to figure out what to do. Maybe someone else is hosting. I don't know. I'm doing my best to read. I can't even say lips. It's like hand gestures from these teams. which is very funky. But we are gonna keep holding until these teams decide on something, because I do want to watch a casted match, and it kind of sucks that it turned out this way. But what can you do? What can you do? You can't do anything about it. You gotta keep it pushing, and I'm not mad about it. You know. Yeah. Yep. I don't wanna roll into a commercial break, but we unfortunately may have to, and I don't want to go that way. I just feel like it kind of kills the momentum and the vibe of everything going on, and I don't want to do that. But we are we are waiting here for a really good minute between these two teams. I don't know how long it's gonna take. So we already hopped, I think, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I lost count at this point because they already tried hosting a server earlier that was unsuccessful. Unfortunately, maybe we need to postpone matches this week for VRML. I've noticed that other people have had crashing issues and server issues. I don't know if it's this egregious. Maybe something happens. I don't know. I'm not a mod. I'm not a mod. I'm not a lead of anything. I'm here to cast. I'm here to have a good time. So I don't have any say. I'm just throwing out words, and maybe it sticks to the wall. So we'll see. But I don't know if these people, they're still holding in the server. Not quite going yet, which is unfortunate. I feel like kind of kills the mood before we hop into the match. And while that doesn't sound like the biggest issue, it definitely, there is some momentum to be had before you really get that match started and want to hop in. Yeah, maybe these, I don't know what they're doing. Don't know what they're doing, but they are attempting to do something. Yeah, nothing can stop the grind. We are doing it. Yeah, they are attempting. I don't know. I thought we were in the server. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm always on this weird end where I'm just in Discord waiting on these teams to do something, but they're in VR doing something, so they can only be so responsive to the casters. But credit to the teams that are still able to maintain, being able to be pretty good with responding to us and letting us know what's going on. But I don't know. I've never had this happen. I don't think I want to go into a pause because I don't know how long it's going to be. I normally want to put a timer up and say, hey, to be like 5-6 minutes or whatever. But I don't want it to be, I don't know. I don't want to, we'll keep it going. I'm trying to think. Let me check out some of the other updates that Breachers had recently with their, oh, never mind. They are starting soon, so let's get things on the road. And we are getting the show on the road. Thank goodness. I don't know what was going on so long in that lobby, but I won't ask because I know there's a lot of problems that were happening, right? Anyway, so at this point, we're going to the pistol round. Nothing crazy, just very simple breaches that we're starting off the first of 12 potential rounds of this map series with Hideout. Again, these are best of 3 matches. After Hideout, they'll choose on to another game, like another map, and we'll see how it kind of progresses from that point on. Anyways, looks like it's going to be between dining and kitchen for their attack sites. It appears that Eternity will be playing towards the front, potentially all going in through family room. They're maybe going more for a 4-1 sort of setup with a flanker on the back end and having a 4-person push in through family room. And they are on their way in. They already have that roamer on top. Unfortunately, the snake on the bottom gets picked out, but the roamer on top is able to get some trades off. Penny in the inside, getting shots in. And they are trading fast. We're already down to 3v1. I can't keep up. Team is going in for the plant. At this point is down to Bracara. Never mind. They just got shot down by Mindbaker on the back end. And man, that was one of the quickest rounds I think I've ever seen. And shots were being traded all over the place. And they did get the plant off, so they will be starting with pretty healthy economy going into round 2. Looks like Eternity will not be playing into their Vezins. They might be going in for a save round, maybe going for a double Vezin, sort of backup round just in case, because they know the other team's not going to be playing anything else. You know, when you know you have the money on the side, I honestly think it might be worth going for half buys, because you know you got the money on your side, and you still have another round in the bag, right? With getting something like a Viper, you only have to pay, spend 1,400, but you have another, you know, 15 or 2K in the bag if you win the round. I don't know. But I will say that we are seeing a lot of gadgets coming out from Eternity's side. They have the money. They're going in for full spectral with a couple cyclones here and there. And I always find this just interesting. We know there's some viability with the cyclone, but we do see people tend to heavily lean in on the spectral still. We might be having a 4 or 5 man push. Surf Spoon gets knocked out by Juice. Drone is coming in through the hatch. Looks like family room balcony is all clear for the team. Bay gets hit out by Juice's frag with a beautiful frag in. Juice coming in, swinging wide. Snake watching the corners, shoots the person out. Snake does get traded though. And at this point, down to Victoria Ashton and Bakara on the back end. With the frag around the corner though, takes them out. Now down to Bakara on the back end with a 3v1 situation, and one person is trying their best to poke in and potentially survive this, but Proof is holding that corner. We'll see if they can get the trades off. They're trying to go in for wall bangs. Things are hectic. Caro does get the kill off, and now it's down to Ace, does finish it off, and the round does go to Eternity. We're seeing some quick, fast-paced, lightning rounds, I would almost say, which is crazy. You know, we've seen some teams have a lot of wind-up for their plays, but Eternity is going in, hitting hard, and moving really fast right after. And I will say I've noticed that in the spectator mode now, there is some weirdness as some players end up being just their, I guess you can call it their VR body. But hey, you know, more power to you. That's not how it looks in the game. It just looks like this in spectator mode. I hope, unless they got some weird invisibility thing going on. But we're seeing some great gameplay from Eternity, and it looks like they are going to be buying out and being fully kitted for this round against Echoholics. We'll see if Echoholics can hold this down, but it is looking hard. But hey, I always say, you know, third round tends to be the turnaround round, or the round where they can always kick back. We'll see if my hypothesis is correct. But we're seeing a very interesting gameplay from Eternity where they're playing this sort of 4-1 gameplay, lineup or rollout from their team formations. We're seeing 4 heavy on one side and 1 on the other end. Shots being fired in. The garage doesn't quite connect with anyone. Maybe going for wall bangs left and right. Drone checking out the whole area, not seeing anything, and it looks like the team will be moving in really soon. The team is prepping up, getting ready for breaching in. Shots being traded across with the wall bang. Surf Spoon does get the shot off, but is now trapped and gets shot out by Juice. The Snake on the back end getting shot down. It is all out mayhem right now as the team tries their best to hold down against Eternity, but dang, Juice gets another shot off on Bakara, and everything comes down on the Bay 53, being the last sole survivor against a 4-man team. It is not looking good. It's not looking easy. We'll see if Bay can manage any sort of kills. On the back and gets the shots off, and Juice killing it this round, having 6-1, holding it down, and I would dare I say MVP potentially, at least for this map, maybe even the whole 4 map gameplay. We'll see how that goes, but we are seeing really solid gameplay from Eternity. No crazy peaks. They are making strong consolidated plays and making action where they know it makes sense. But again, we have to remember that this is Hideout. Just because it looks like they're killing the attack doesn't mean they will maintain the same thing on the attacking side, on the defending side, sorry. But just because it looks bad does not mean they're quite out. But I will say the economy is looking really, really good for Eternity, right? They've had several times over where teammates of theirs have survived, so they don't have to waste money buying another Vezin. So then, you know, you end up having someone like Proof or Ace, where they're really racking it up, having up to $4,000 or $5,000 in the bag. Anyways, it looks like they are on the 3rd floor once more. We haven't seen a gym play yet, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll see. They're going to play the same exact play on the family room, and they are pushing in the family room. Echoholics playing a little bit more conservative this time around. Last time we saw several times the team rocking roamers, but no roamers quite yet. Quick frags coming in again. Day 53 coming in, getting flashed out, but nothing happening yet. Anyways, Bay does get shot out by Mindbaker. Mindbaker coming in, committing again, watching that back corner with the pings. Beautiful droning gameplay here again. Ricard swinging wide, gets shot out by Mindbaker. And Victoria gets shot down by Juice, and on the back end, Snake gets hit out, and man, they got destroyed in through that hatch. And it's looking very difficult right now for Echoholics. Not looking good at all, as the team is not able to fight back. And that was a shutout round, considering that Eternity shut it down with 5 players still alive. Which is, I don't know if y'all know, but in Breacher is definitely not an easy feat to complete, because usually at some point someone gets shot from somewhere. So amazing, beautiful gameplay by Eternity, being very, very fast paced, keeping it crazy hot, and executing so well. Looks like they will be on the 1st floor again into dining and kitchen. I am very sad that we have not seen a gym and workshop bomb site yet, but hopefully we'll get that at least before round 6. I really hope we get something like that, because I don't want to go in a round reset without this team having played the basement floor. Anyways, we're seeing very similar gameplay once more, where they sort of oh no, they're going for a 3-2 sort of formation this time around, which is nice. They're mixing it up, making sure that they're not playing exactly the same every time, and modifying things where they can. It's very interesting to see Eternity. They really do lean into these droning plays, and I gotta respect it. You know, they know where to put them, they know where to use them, and how to really capitalize on them. Once the team gets to clear, they made the immediate push, and I think that's really the beauty of droning. It's not just getting intel, but it's being able to act on it almost instantaneously. You just remember, shots off on Victoria Ashton from Ace, and Ace gets a 2-piece back to back there. Beautiful gameplay. Anyways, Juice fully committing it. Mindbaker on the back end getting a crazy kill. At this point is now down to Brakara. And I cannot get that kill, as Juice is able to get it from the other side. I literally cannot keep up with the kills. They're going in fast and heavy and just keeping it up. Anyways, and it looks like we're going into round 6, and unfortunately we did not get a 1st floor, which I'm very sad about. I was hoping we could see something on the 1st floor and, you know, check out what's going on there, but doesn't matter. Eternity having a 5-win streak. Can they go into the 6th round and clutch it up with a full shutout round for them? Well, full shutout side for them, as they go for the side reset onto defense. We'll see what happens. But at this point, Echoholics is unfortunately not responding well, and the economy is not on their side. We have players, looks like Bay is rocking a Spectral into the last round, so it's not looking good. Not sure if they're going in for, you know, gadget buys or something like that. But obviously, looks like Eternity is not worried at all. They're throwing things around, playing very relaxed. They have 7K between all of them, because several times they've lived over and not had to worry about buying out guns again. Anyways, Eternity goes in for the reset. They have not played in from bedroom side yet. They're moving in, looking around, checking their corners. I know they do pre-fire wallbang. Shots fired off. Snake does get hit, and gets beat out by Juice. Lots of movement. Juice killing it again with a 2-piece, 3-piece. Can he get another piece? No, they do get finished out, but it's fine. Mindbaker's there for the oh, I can't. Recovery. I can't even talk. Now down to a 4v1 scenario for Brakara, and it's looking hard. They got the plant off, and I'm not sure if she can. I'm not quite sure it is. Anyways, Pennypacker does get the final kill there, and the round win does go to Eternity. And man, they're coming in hot. They're coming in hot. Eternity is killing it right now. But again, as I always mention with Hideout, just because they killed it on the attack does not mean they will kill it on the defensive side. Because again, if you're not aware, Hideout is one of those maps that does just happen to lean more heavy on the attacking side. This is where I think the true skill of a team comes out, is if they can handle a team on the defensive side of Hideout, then I think they really are good at Hideout, right? Hideout, I think I've noticed that people tend to prefer Hideout and they really do enjoy playing Hideout. I'm kind of mixed on it. I like it. I think it's a cool looking map, but I don't really have any strong opinions either which way for Hideout. Anyways, we'll see how Echoholics decides to push in. Pennypacker holding their corners, not fully committing in. Looks like they're going to be holding in angles, expecting someone to come in. Maybe get a back shot on them. Who knows? Anyways, we do see Echoholics pretty well spread throughout the whole map. On the back end, Ace gets a kill off on Bay 53. Victoria Ashton, and it looks like Bakara gets picked off on the top. And Juice just barely getting shots off, but not quite committing to them. Pulls out and does take out Victoria Ashton. Now down to Snake and Sir Spoon. On the other end, looks like Snake is pushing in, does get the kill off on Proof, but does not matter. Pennypacker's there for the recovery. A 1v4 situation between Sir Spoon and the rest of the team. And again, they're fighting against insurmountable odds. And it looks like Sir Spoon trying to go in for the suicide, but it still gets picked off by Ace in the very end, as they cannot. And the Eternity is just coming back to back to back, and literally did not allow Echoholics to decide to end things on their own terms. Anyways, the map win goes to Eternity for the first round, with them holding down Hideout with amazing gameplay. And I don't know why that is from another match. Don't know why that's still there, but who cares? But beautiful gameplay from Eternity, coming in high, killing, you know, several times where they get 2, 3, 4 pieces even back to back, and it's just impressive gameplay with a huge crazy shutout by Eternity on Echoholics. But we'll see what happens. Looks like the teams are going in for a side switch on the next map. I don't see what map they are playing yet, but we will have to see. And I mean, not much to say, right? The scoreline does, I honestly think, depict how the game went, right? There's been a lot of times where I've seen maybe a 7-1 or 7-2, and it looks like a total shutout, but when you really watch the match, it ends up being maybe 1-2 players left on both sides. So that's technically, those are close rounds, but we're not quite seeing that here. We're seeing Eternity come out in full stride, just not, I dare I say, dominating a lot of the rounds, which is unfortunate right now for Echoholics. I'm hoping that they can respond appropriately in Skyscraper. Looks like they're going to be playing next, because Hideout was just their map. They killed it 7-0, constantly was getting kills left and right, and things are going crazy. Anyways, looks like map 2 starting up. We'll be hopping into the game and seeing how Eternity decides that they want to defend first on Skyscraper. This is one of those maps where, you know, I do think the defenders have an advantage. There's only the entrances. There's only so many. Most people tend to play the same entrances, at least in terms of how people enter certain bomb sites. You know, not that often where they play long, or they usually, it's like, or they play stairs, or there's just so many predictable spots for people to check, at least in terms of roamers for this for this map site. So that's why I do think I was very against it at first. I'm like, oh, you know, Skyscraper can swing either way. But I'm starting to come around to the idea that I think Skyscraper is a more, I would say, defender-leaning map. Something like Factory, I think, tends to almost always go to defenders. It's just one of those maps where it's just so hard to push some of the bomb sites. Anyways, Echoholics looking around, trying to see if they can make any entrances in. And they are starting their push. Sir Spoon already in. Getting shots off. Frags are being thrown, but nothing connecting with anyone yet. And it looks like Eternity's not playing any roamers this time. Which I guess we actually haven't really seen them play defensively. This is the first time we're getting to see them play defensively in a fair amount, right? Because last game they only played 1 round defensively. Anyways, the team is holding down Clowns. Anyway, shots are being traded. Bay gets picked off in the window. Penny Packer takes someone out, and on top of that, Juice pulls around the corner. Never mind, they are trading fast, and they cannot keep up. Now down to Bakara as they're holding down the staircase, as it's a full 5-person team. Bakara decides to commit, gets shot out by the teammates. Unfortunately, things don't go out well for Echoholics as they are shut down in that first round. And it's what I call, you know, a shutout round when you have 5 people still alive. Again, that's very impressive in a game like Breaches where some erroneous shots can be traded and you just really are gone, right? But as we're seeing again, Eternity really showcasing their chops as they had a full round, a full 5-person round. But anyways, we'll see how Echoholics decides to respond to this. It's been rough. It's been hard on the mental. I think it's one of the hardest things about a game like Breachers when you're playing competitively. You're also dealing with the mental side of it because it's also, these are long matches, right? You're playing out 3 maps. They can go for a long time, and the morale has to stay high throughout all 3 maps because you want to do as well as you can, right? Anyways, they are going to be playing into, so this is broadcasting and mixing. Shots being traded, but no one quite committing. Maybe they're going for more distraction plays. And not much movement from Eternity's side. They are pretty much playing the whole half of the map here. Not playing any deep roamers, pretty much. They call it, I would say, extended. I'm utilizing Rainbow Six Siege terminology, by the way, when I use a lot of, like, how I talk through a lot of things. Anyways, Echoholics coming in through the hallway, probably most likely committing into radio, potentially. No roamers quite yet. They're really being very careful this time around, which makes sense. You know, Eternity is killing it on these rounds. Shots being traded. Bay coming in, does get shot out by Penny Packer in the back end. And are they going to be committing to this room? Looks like the Juice is coming in to check out this room. Gets shots off and almost gets down. Surprisingly doesn't get killed out by the 2-person team. Proof does take someone out, and Mindbaker takes out Sir Spoon back to back. This 2-piece was crazy. Now down to Snake and Brakara. And Mindbaker takes out Brakara as they were not ready for that. Snake just holding the angle now. Getting shots off, does take someone down. And that's what I'm saying. You never know. You never know who's going to get shot down. And that's why it is so impressive when a team can manage 5 people surviving, because literally everyone just looked away at just the wrong moment. Anyway, Snake trying their best to survive this round. Trying to come into this room, and Ace is just holding that back end. We'll see if they decide to push that. They're waiting, and Juice gets a shot out by Snake on the other end. I am shocked that Snake did a beautiful job of dealing with that roamer. I would not expect that at all. Anyways, time is counting down. We have 50 seconds in the round for Echoholics. Can they make a commitment here? Can they get anything or make something happen? Maybe they're going to go in for a save. Ace constantly checking their corners, trying to get that other shot, and does take someone out, and that goes Snake down for the count with 2 points now on the board for Eternity. And man, they're killing it. It wasn't quite a shutout, so we are finally seeing some good backlash from Echoholics. We know that they can do it. You know, this is not a full 5-person shutout round every single round, at least not anymore. And I'm hoping this helps the momentum moving forward. We'll see if that does help Echoholics out, or if Eternity will keep their momentum going forward and keep things pushing. Thing I will notice that Eternity doesn't play trip mines, maybe, or maybe I can't see it. Never mind, I see it. Yeah, they don't play trip mines. Actually, they are. What am I saying? They do play trip mines. Very interesting spot. They're just watching out that window, which is pretty smart gameplay. They don't have to worry about toilets. Anyways, movement by Echoholics in courtyard. We'll see if they actually decide to play it out. And my camera does pretty too. They pop in the window, coming in, swinging wide, but they are met by a door. Juice on the other end. Almost gets shot out by the enemy team. Really smart, right? Knowing that someone's in courtyard, but they have people defending on the top, potentially trying to get roamers caught out. Getting a little, I would call it a roamer trap, right? Knowing that people are going to be poking in certain directions, and seeing we can catch them out. Anyways, base swings in wide, doesn't see anyone quite yet. Juice checking corners, looking around. Does see someone, and does get the shot off on Bay. Crazy drop shot there. Now down to Victoria Ashen, but the wall bangs are scary, and I would not be looking forward to that. Thurspoon throws the Vezin for their teammate, and the frag goes out and takes out Juice. Full commitment, a beautiful two-piece by Echoholics there. Unfortunately, Ace does take down Victoria Ashen. It's now down to Sir Spoon, seeing they can survive and commit to this round. But looking better, a lot better for Echoholics now. We got a 3v3 situation for the first time, I think, in a while, where it's actually even. No one's up by a lot. Wallbangs going out, trying to see if they can connect to anybody. And they are throwing in the EMP potentially. Wallbang going back, and it's not working out for them at all. Proof gets a wallbang right there. And the team is stuck in the corner. Pennypacker trying to commit here. Will they commit to the staircase? We'll see if they do. They're really checking their corners. Not on a 1 minute. Echoholics has 1 minute to plant the bomb and or win the round. Shots going off. They aren't landing, but they do. But they unfortunately have a trade with Sir Spoon. But it's now down to 2 versus 1. And Sir Spoon does have the syringe, so health is better. But they are really trying to cross that wallbang spot. And now it's just a standoff between the two teams. Ace. Knowing to hold that angle. Not really committing. Poof really trying to check the angles. Poof shooting. And Sir Spoon decides to actually pull off. They got 18 seconds left in the round. Do they decide to save? No, they do get shot out by Proof. Sorry, it was Proof, not Poof. And the round goes to Eternity. That's what I'm saying. You know, I know Echoholics has it in them, because look, we're starting to see these rounds get closer and closer and closer. Because that round, it came down to 2 versus 1, right? Other rounds we were seeing 5 versus 1, 4 versus 1, 3 versus 1 even. But finally, we're starting to see these closer rounds where they have a moment where it's 3v3, 3v2. So maybe Skyscraper is just a better map for Echoholics. Maybe they're starting to figure out Eternity. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. We'll see how they progress forward, because things are starting to slightly work out in someone else's favor, right? Sorry, I was like getting up. Man, I'm thirsty. I should have gotten water. I really should have gotten water. Anyways, economy is looking really good for Eternity. For Echoholics, not the worst. You know, we're seeing 3 Vezins on the team. We have someone with a Viper, Bay 53, maybe playing more of an eco player role with a rocking the Spectral now. Anyways, Echoholics playing more of a 3-2. Sorry, I'm burping right now. 3-2 setup, having 2 players coming on the opposite end of the map. And looks like Proof is checking it out, playing a little aggressive, but not fully committing to the room. And I will take note, I found interesting that Eternity plays almost sort of a half map control sort of setup, right? Playing it's very wide, but they know they have half of the map down to the control, which is very, very smart on them, right? They know where to watch and where they can get shot from and where they won't. Anyways, Echoholics is making their way slowly in through the first floor. Looks like we have 3 players on top, maybe playing more of a distractor role, trying to make people not look for the staircases. Anyways, we got some trip mines here. We'll see if they do notice them or they get hit by them. Minebaker really peeking that corner. We'll see if they do catch off Bay. Full commitment, and wow, two-piece there by Minebaker. Beautiful gameplay. And unfortunately on the back end, Surfspoon does pick out Pennypacker, and this is, I'm liking it now. We're starting to see some more variability in the plays, I think, by Echoholics, and that's catching Eternity out now, right? They weren't prepared for that, not expecting a team to come in and fully commit to the room. Well, not fully commit, but check out that room. Anyways, they go in for a full rotation. Looks like they will be potentially playing down that staircase. Or even playing for a full side reset. The ace checking around the corners, not quite seeing anything yet. Oh, does that angle not work anymore? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think the new model, the Vezin, you can't look back at yourself anymore. Oh, yeah, it's the Vezin. That's so funky. Anyways, I just found something out. Anyways, Echoholics really fully committing to this room. They got 20 seconds on the clock, and time is against them. And I'm still trying to mess my camera speed up. Ah! Anyways, Victoria Ashland on the back end. Where does she get the shot? Oh, she's actually on the other end, trying to get some cross gameplay going on. Now down Victoria and Juice. And Minebaker on the end gets a two-piece. And what started out as a really solid flank play now gets shot out. Juice takes down Victoria Ashland for the count, and now that leaves Echoholics with a 4-0 disadvantage. I forgot. It's not lead. It's what is the word for the other side? I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, again, Eternity maintaining their momentum, pushing it forward, and just keeping it hot. And a very impressive gameplay by them. I don't know. You know, it's hard. I usually feel like I have a lot better things to say in terms of what I recommend for strategy, but it's getting hard, right? We're seeing just effective gameplay by Eternity. When we saw more variability in Echoholics, we're seeing them play better, right? When we saw them poking in from both ends, right, it works out better. Because I think what we're seeing right now is Eternity, they might just have better gun skills. So the only way to really get around that is just either having some crazy pinches that you can't outgun. Or utilizing strategy in a very different way, right? Because right now it's not working out for Echoholics, unfortunately. But happily for Eternity, they're keeping their momentum going, and I'm wondering if they want to secure a shutout this map, right? They had a shutout last map with a 7-0 game, so we'll see if Eternity can do the same thing this round, or if Echoholics is finally going to come back and take a round for themselves and say, you know, y'all were beating us down, but we can take a round. Anyways, Juice is above Victoria Ash. I don't know if they are ready for it, but Juice coming around the corner, trying to see if they can maybe get a shot off. And Juice literally waits for the person to look back on him and gets a shot off. And this is not looking good. Minebaker and Juice on opposite ends of these four players. So they might be getting pinched soon. Anyways, Frag comes out. Bay committing to the corner. Gets shot out by Juice. Angles being held by both sides. Pennypacker on the deep end in the hallway gets a shot off. They're throwing in the incendiary, trying to force them out. At this point, Snake gets the kill on the back end and server with Minebaker. And it's what I'm like, you know, I'm telling you, when you see Echoholics doing some crazy gameplay where they're just switching things up and resetting left and right. Eternity is good, but they're not resetting, they're not responding fast enough or checking all of the corners. Maybe they're getting too relaxed thinking that they've covered all these, you know, edges. But we'll see. We'll see if Echoholics can keep their plays invariable, constantly changing or not. It looks like Snake and Sir Spoon might just be trading. Never mind. Juice takes them out for the count as they're holding that angle crazy. And Snake is now having to deal with everything on their own. Juice coming into the room, trying to commit in. Gets a shot off and does finish Snake down for the count. And 5 rounds goes to Eternity. And wow, I think Eternity definitely has earned their top 5 spot. I forgot if they're in the map. I think it's top. I think they're literally number 5. Showing their chops and how they can really hold this game down. Very impressive game. Whoa, I've never been in here. Huh. I didn't realize there's a floor above here. Wow, this is new for me. Huh. I never actually looked at it. Anyways, doesn't matter. Sorry, I totally got distracted by that. That's funny. All right, so Eternity coming in 5-0, and they are keeping it hot and cooking. And I swear, I swear they're getting some stir-fried rice up in the corner, just keeping it cooking keeping it hot, cooking in the wok. I never cooked in a wok, maybe I should learn. Nah, those things are huge. I feel there's so much to commit to. Who cares? Anyways, Echoholics. I'm starving. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm usually terrible at eating dinner on time. Echoholics going for more of a 4-1 team formation, having Babe poke in through the window, but not quite committing with 4. Never mind, they are not doing that. I was very wrong. They're fully committing on the side. Was that an incendiary? That frag goes wide. And Bay gets picked out on the other end by Juice. Looks like we are not going to be seeing movement into toilets. Sir Spoon able to get the shot off on Proof and finishes them down. Teams have traded, now down to 4v4. Victoria Ashton really trying to hold that angle. Gets picked off by Penny Packer. Ricard coming in, gets shot out too. But Sir Spoon trades with Ace. And Juice picks out another player, now down to Snake as they're getting shot. And Penny Packer does get shot out with the recovery. Juice is fully committing, gets a one-handed shot off with the invisibility cloak going on, obviously. Anyway, sides are being switched. And it's looking rough. It's looking rough. It's looking rough. I wish I can say something more optimistic, because y'all know I'm always trying to say you never know. You never know. You never know. I've seen some crazy gameplay. I've seen some crazy comebacks. I've seen some teams pull out the craziest plays that I never expected. I've seen someone clutch up on a 2-1, 3-1 scenario. I don't know. I've seen a lot, even in my limited time at casting. So I'm hoping we see something from Echoholics. I want to see them pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I don't know. I don't like that term's always kind of funny. Anyways, not the point. Echoholics now having to defend against Eternity. We'll see if things do switch up on the defensive side. It's pistol round, so things are evened out again. We got the reset. Appears that Eternity's going for a sort of 2-2-1 formation, right? You got one player on the outside here with 2 and 2 on the other side. We'll see how Mindbreaker decides to play this. They are playing it in with a Taurus. Victoria Ashen does pick down Juice, but Mindbreaker does take out Snake. And shots being traded back and forth as the team pulls in, and it is now down to a 2v1 scenario. I cannot talk fast enough, and shots being traded. Sir Spoon takes it down, and that is the first round that we've seen go in the pocket for Echoholics. And then Sir Spoon is celebrating their well-earned round. We'll see, though. We'll see. They finally have gotten back a round out of all of these rounds, right? This is now, what are we at? 7 plus 7, 14 rounds. Out of 14 rounds, we've finally seen Echoholics take down Eternity's crazy winning streak, and they, at the bare minimum, Echoholics could say that they were not fully shut out for all 3 maps. But it is definitely an uphill battle. We'll see if Echoholics can come back against this. I mean, at best, Eternity's got 6 in the pocket. That's at the bare minimum a draw, if not a win. Eternity going in through a courtyard push, potentially going full 4 or 5-man push into A side. Never mind, they're going again. We've seen them, you know, do these 4-1 sort of team formations. Never mind, Ace might be going up. Yep, they're going for a 3-2 or never mind. Yeah, I always try to look at team formations, see how they play, but yeah, they're going a 4-1 through the courtyard formation. Anyways, drones being traded, thrown around. Drone checking all the corners out, shooting, being pinged by the enemy team. Mindbaker really trying to commit up. Takes out Victoria Ashland on the back end. They're prepping already for a breach into A side. And shots being traded. Bay 53 gets someone on the back end. Frags being traded. Bay takes another person down for the count, but Bay gets taken down by the frag. Juice commits around the corner. Now a 3v1 situation in the favor of Eternity. Juice committing in, takes out Snake. Where is Sir Spoon? They are somewhere on the map. Committing gets a shot off, and that does go to Eternity. They get the round win with a 7-1. You know, with 2 maps in the pocket, that means that they get the series win. We'll see how it goes into the 3rd map. I'm gonna keep casting. I'm already here. I'm gonna keep it pushing because I want to see how Echoholics potentially responds to Eternity on the last map. I don't think they'll be taking the round apparently, so we'll see. Sorry, people message weird. I just got a weird. Anyways, rough. You know, rough. That's back-to-back wins for Eternity. They did get a shutout round for Hideout and a 7-1 on Skyscraper, so definitely very hard for Echoholics, and it's just not looking good, right? Morale is definitely hard. Not sure how they're going to be able to maintain that 3rd map, but I am open to seeing what they can manage, but it's looking hard, right? But as we've seen, there's a reason why Eternity's top 5. They're killing it. They literally were really fast, executing beautifully, getting shots off left and right, and winning dang near every gunfight. So we'll see if Echoholics can fight this back. They are actually going to be starting on the defending side for Factory, which again, if y'all don't know, Factory tends to be more defensive leaning, so that leaves them in a good start, at least for the beginning of this map. We'll see how they hold down Factory. Eternity, you know, already had an amazing win streak. It was slightly interrupted. They had a, what was it, 13 round win streak, but they were shut down for 1 round at least. But they came back hard in the next round, and that gave them the map win for Hideout. Not much to say, right? We've seen Eternity do hard commits with 3-4 man pushes onto the same areas, and they can do that, right? They have the numbers advantage, they have the skills advantage. I'm burping right now, so sorry. Sir Spoon gets shot off, wasn't able to get any shots on proof. Mindbaker going in for the reset potentially. Nope, never mind. They decide not to do that. Going in for a trick. Anyways, the team's already in on blue hallway. We'll see if they commit pretty soon. Bakar is holding the back end. The team does start committing in. A smoke was thrown out. And the starts running in. Juice crazy commit and gets a shot off. Team is already holding down A side and getting the plant off, and I don't know what to say. They somehow were able to push very hard and fast, get the shot off. Shots being traded. Sir Spoon is down. Bay 53 down by Juice. Penny Packer getting shots off, another one committing. Mindbigger commits hard and gets the shot off. It's now down to Brakara with the EMP down. Bakara poking in. Not seeing anyone. Gets shot out by Mindbaker. And honestly, 3-4 person being they're shooting him down. Anyways, the round does go to Eternity. And you know, this is the question I'm asking. Are they gonna get another shutout map? Are they gonna be able to hold? Is Echoholics gonna be able to hold down Eternity now for a couple more maps now that they're on Factory? Maybe this is their map. Maybe this is Eternity's weak point. I don't know. That's why I do like watching the third map, even though the series win does go to Eternity, regardless of what happens on this map. The third map is really the other team's last stand to show that they can do something against this team, right? But really interesting to know, we've seen Eternity really utilize the drone to much of great effect, really, right? Especially now with the, I would say, drone meta, considering it's 200 points now for all drones. We're seeing some really good gameplay by drones already on day 1 of the update. Team is going to be playing on the 3rd and 2nd floors. We'll see how they decide to move forward. I believe they had a drone in, but didn't quite catch anyone. Is the drone still going? Yes, it is still going. Teams moving in through bridge. Not running into any opposition yet. Echoholics really holding it back. Never mind. Shots are being traded in. Bay 53 was down. Baker fully committing in. Throwing in frags. Wallbang going in left and right. Wallbang. Oh, shots off on Bakara. She's fully committing into the room. Looking around, checking their corners. Victoria really checking around, trying to see if they can get shots off. They do not, unfortunately, get that shot off. Anyways, on the back end, Roamers are down by Proof, and Proof going in, committing wide and takes down another person. I cannot replay fast enough. I cannot get the replays fast enough. But we're fine. We are fine. Eternity, just again, we're seeing with their gameplay, especially with the drone in hand, they're committing hard and they're committing fast, and I think that's what catches a lot of teams off, because this team's execution times are crazy on point. I think most of their attacking rounds are done and planted within 30-40 seconds, right, or even within the first minute, which is very impressive, right, when you're considering something like Factory too, which is, you know, better for defenders. The bomb site's usually really deep into the buildings compared to things like Hideout. So it's crazy to see them be able to move in with such effectiveness and get the plant off pretty fast. And Pennypacker on the back and really leading into that drone once more. I do find interesting, they don't do 2 drones, they find 1 drone effective enough and that's it. They play it off. Anyways, Juice gets a shot off on Bay 53. Drone is thrown in. Mindbaker is fully committing to the room as drone does come out, checking everywhere. Team is in, bidding shots off. Frags being thrown everywhere. Pings going off. Victoria Ashton gets a shot off from Mindbaker. Gets shot down by Juice, and now down to 2 players left on Echoholics. Juice really trying to commit to this room. Can they do it? Proof gets a shot off on Bakara. Fully commits in, but no one's in there. Snake's actually on the back end, sneaking in through the back with a Taurus. The teams here must have heard them in the assembly line because they were shooting back and forth. Maybe they're just fully shooting everywhere, not knowing where to quite commit. He's Proof really trying to commit to this. Goes in for the side shot, doesn't quite hit anything. He's committing in, gets a shot off and does finish Snake down for the count. With another point going into Eternity's hand. And that's the impressive thing too about Eternity. They're not just getting the kills, they're getting the plant off, and that's something definitely to really commend Eternity. They're able to push in, do very well, always get the plant off for the most part, and just get ready to start holding down site, right? And I think too, with the fact that they push so hard and so fast, it's hard to react. So when you have things like roamers that aren't in the immediate vicinity, your team basically gets wiped out. And I think that's how their strategy is working, right? They're doing basically 3-4 man pushes all the time with their players and having a drone in hand. So they basically have the intel ahead of time, and someone can't react because the drone, you know, they can't they're trying to react to the drone, but then you have all these literally 3-4 people coming in and on the room attacking you almost immediately. And this is probably, I gotta credit, this is, I think, the most effective use I think I've seen of drone gameplay from any team that I've casted thus far. Anyway, shots being fired back and forth. No one committing quite to bridge yet. Shots off on Snake on the very back end, somehow getting the shot all the way through. Anyways, my Baker commits down, gets Surf Spoon down for the count, and the team is already in good stride. Long shot from Ace on Bay 53. I didn't even know you could shoot all the way back there. Anyways, drone coming in, and my Baker accidentally blows himself up on the back end. Not quite sure what happened there. Now down to Brakara and Victoria Ashton. I really don't know if I'm saying Brakara's name right. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Anyways, Juice committing in, does get a shot off on Victoria Ashton. The team is now fully in on A site. Do they plant soon? We will see. As Brakara's on the other end, and Juice is just out for the prowl. As the plant does go down. Juice doesn't see Brakara, just barely missing them. Brakara coming in, just really peeking in very slowly. Anyways, Ace somehow surviving against Brakara, but doesn't matter. They get the shot off and finish it off for them. And that round goes to Eternity. It's just rough, you know, it's just rough, it's rough, it's rough. I don't know what else to say. And I get it. I get it. These matches can be sometimes so hard for the mental, you just kind of give up. But credit again to Echoholics for really maintaining their space in this and not deciding to quit on this third map, because I feel like a lot of teams in the league, not a lot of teams. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if a team did decide to quit, because it can be very hard to keep playing through this, right? It's an uphill battle. It has been an uphill battle for the last 2-3 maps now. Eternity's just been doing an amazing job on both defending and attacking. I will say their strong suit is definitely attacking, right? When we saw on Skyscraper, I think we saw closer rounds when they were defending than when they were attacking. When they're attacking, they're all in on full force. I don't even know what to tell you. I've just seen them execute and execute and execute. Anyways, the team decides to hold down assembly line for a 4-man roam. Brakara, the only one on site. I hope things do not go weird. Anyways, team really fully committing in to the lobby. Drone does get the ping out on Bay 53. We'll see Bay 53 does decide to hold that. Anyways, the team is starting to make noise, making their way in. Getting wall bangs, but nothing quite connecting. They're coming in, and they're coming in fast. Bigger on the back end. Team is fully committed, and shots off from Brakara and Bay 53. Snake trying to commit. Does get the shot off too on Brew. And Sir Spoon is able to finish that up with now a 4-1. Or, yeah, 4-1. Am I right? Oh my goodness. Echoholics almost had a crazy round that just swung everything heavy in their favor. As shots are being traded left and right and left and right. And Ace commits in. Gets shot down, but Bay 53 cannot complete the kill, unfortunately. Sir Spoon checking it around. We'll see if this turns out well. Ace taking them down for the count. Takes another person down for the count. A 4-1 scenario just became a 1v1 with Victoria Ashen and the Ace. But it doesn't matter. Oh wait, is EMP not planted? EMP is not planted. The time is actually on their side. Ace really checking those corners back and forth. Really using that snap turning to their advantage. I don't know if Ace knows if the EMP is planted or not. They're either really checking their corners. Anyways, that is 20 seconds for them. Ace running around, trying to see if they can pull someone out. Victoria Ashton playing it very close to the chest. And Victoria swings wide, but unfortunately cannot finish it off as Ace does take them down for the count. And man, that was so close. My heart is pounding. A nail biter of a round that looked like it was going fully to Echoholics, but I don't know. Things just swung heavy in their side, and unfortunately, was that Ace? They did not care, and they shut it down somehow all by themselves. And that's what I'm saying. Just because it's a 4-1, you never know. You never know, because some people have the craziest shots. Anyways, this is the final 6th round. This is the round where I would be yelling, buy out, buy out, buy out, because this is the last round you have money for. You have money before you reset and all your money goes away. So if you have something like this, where you're rocking $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, buy out all the gadgets, all the guns you want. You rock 2 Vezins if you wanted to, if you had that much money, because that money will not be going with you after this round. Anyways, we are on the 3rd floor once more with a sort of 3-2 split off with the team formation. Ace committing in, but gets shot out. Shots being traded back and forth. And Sir Spoon takes that down, 2 for the count. Now a 3v3 scenario for Eternity. And we have the drone operator on the back. I would just call him a drone operator at this point, because I think it's literally Penny Packer every single time. Just really checking their corners. It looks like they will be making a push onto A side. 1.5 minutes down. Can they make something happen here? Anyways, drone is getting ready to move in with them. They come in for the plant. Pings are going off. No one's quite committing yet. Juice takes out Snake on the back end. And Juice commits again with Victoria Ashton now on the back end. We'll see if Pennypacker does finish this kill. And they do, with securing the round win for Eternity. And that replay it took a little second. Anyways, we got the side switch now. We have the reset and everything that happened in the last 6 minutes. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but technically it doesn't matter, you know? Well, I'll say this. Eternity at the bare minimum has a draw in the bag. That's at worst at this point, right? So Echoholics now has a very, very large uphill battle. They have to win the next 6 rounds to potentially get a draw against Eternity. Which again, this is Factory. This is a defensive leaning map, so it's just hard. It's hard, unfortunately for Echoholics. But as I always say, you never know. We've seen some crazy gameplay. We saw a round go from heavily swinging all onto one side, and basically I thought one team was going to win because at the 4-1, and swinging back onto the other team because they somehow aced it. Well, not aced it, but they got 4 kills back to back, right? Anyways, Echoholics playing through assembly line. Group on the back, and they really got to watch their corners. Victoria Gadsden gets a shot off on Juice. Looks like they're trying to go in for some roaming. And Victoria Ashton gets another one. I don't know what's going on right now. And this is what I'm saying. Eternity, they're so good. But I will say they're lacking a little bit on the defensive side, right? Their attacking plays are crazy. Anyways, Bay 53 gets 2 piece back to back. Now down to Mindbaker. Don't count them out because I've seen Mindbaker take some crazy shots left and right. But I mean, this is a 5v1 scenario, and there's a whole other bomb site that someone could plant on. So I will say things are on Echoholics' favor this time around. Plant goes off, and I think Mindbaker looks like they will be holding it down, maybe not really committing to anything yet. I think Mindbaker knows Victoria Ashton is in the staircase. Anyways, they go off for the drop. They might be committing out. Technically, Mindbaker's trapped, right? They can't go anywhere but without running into somebody. Shots off, able to almost cure 2 beats, but Snake said, I don't care, I'm shutting you down. And there we go, we see Echoholics hold it down. They get a kill. They get a kill and a round win. Now leaving them with a 6-1 to Eternity. Again, a large uphill battle, but not an pure impossibility. You know, it's just not 100% impossible. We've seen them secure a couple rounds here. Now we've seen some close rounds. I think they have it in them if they can really reach deep and find out what's going on. And I don't know if Echoholics knows, but we're seeing, right? Eternity's fine on defending, but not as good as they are on attack. And I'm hoping that they can notice that and really try to exploit that against their favor. Because at this point, they're on attacking. If they're gonna come back, this is the moment. This is the moment where Echoholics can finally say, hey, we can do something against Eternity. We're not gonna let this be a total shutout. They already have not done that. It's a 6-1 now. Anyways, they're gonna be playing through the roof. Shots being shot through the wall. Jews trying their best to really shoot out. They taking corners, not quite seeing anything yet. The team's attention being split from both sides. 53 coming in. Ah, can't keep up, sorry. Bay 53 fully committing into the room. I don't even know if anyone's aware of it. And somehow Bay is on the inside like an agent. a spy. I don't know if the other team knows, but they probably got to know by now. Anyways, on the back end, Penny Parker does get shot out by Victoria Ashton with Bay on the very back end. But I think Ace is giving pings out knowing that someone is in lockers. And if only Bay wallbanged, because Ace is right there ready to be shot down. Echoholics getting ready for this push. Looks like they might be playing on the outside too? Question mark? I don't know. Anyways, wallbang going in. Nothing connecting. Bay committing to that hallway. Seeing someone in there, but not quite. The breach has happened. Oh my god, I went a little too far. Mayan Baker really holding those angles. Man, are they holding down that angle? It's down 41 seconds. Time is counting down. Mayan Baker commits and does take someone down, but gets shot down by Bakara. And Proof takes another person down for the count. Now a 3v3 situation. Juice is fully committed to the other side. Gets the shots off through the desk. Starts to swing a little bit wide. Sir Spoon really trying to make some entrance into the room. Gets shot out by Sir Spoon. And it's a back and forth. It is a rally right now. I feel like I'm watching tennis almost. Anyways, the plant goes down. Sir Spoon fully commits but doesn't get the kill. I don't know how that happened. That was crazy. That was crazy. Anyways, Bay 53 pulls offside with the plant down with a 2v1 scenario. And it looks like they're going in for the long sneaky play. Both of them low health. Now, between the two of them, they do not have enough health to take down Bay 53 unless Bay totally butchers this. Anyways, fully commits, takes one down, but does get shot down by Proof, and unfortunately things did not work out in their favor as they go in for the plant. And I do think that will be it for them. And the round win goes to Eternity. The map win goes to Eternity. And not quite a shutout round, but 7-1 is still impressive in my book. I don't know. It's just Eternity. They showed their chops. They showed why they were good. And they show why they're top 5. They know what they're doing, and we can see that here. One of the best teams I've seen utilizing drone gameplay, especially with the new changes to the costs and how things work out. So it's good for them. Anyways, that was beautiful gameplay from everybody, but unfortunately better gameplay by Eternity as they held that down, really solidifying their 5th spot in the VRML ladder. Now having a 4-0 score line going into this, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see the upcoming weeks for VRML, especially on the ladder, because now we're seeing, I think the top 5 teams, all of them have 0 losses between them. So we got to start seeing them play against each other, because I feel like there's no better way to do this, right? So let me pull up the ladder right now and see who's the top 5 teams before this game, obviously, because they can't really type in their scores right now. They're not that fast. Anyways, looks like the top teams, we got like something like, oh, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot I could do something like this. NA standings, let's pull these up. Anyways, we see their Affinity, sorry, it's Eternity now in the 5th place, but we have Havoc above them with a 5-0, Zenith with a 4-0, Grim Reapers, one of the few ones with a loss, but 5-1. Affinity 4-1 and Eternity 3-0. So we're seeing some really good teams in these top 5. So exciting gameplay by these teams. And unfortunately, I was hoping it would look a little different for the scoreline and for how the game played out. But I'll say you can't fully count out Echoholics because we saw them perform very well on factory and do a pretty good job. And there were times where things did get close. However, credit to Eternity for keeping it hot, keeping it cooking, and keeping it going through all 3 maps because they were killing it. 7-0, 7-1, 7-1 again. Just impressive gameplay by Eternity, and several times we saw them hold it down with 5 players still alive during a round, which is impressive again for any round of Breachers. So credit to them once more. And that will be it, as Eternity does take the win tonight against Echoholics. And I will be signing out. Thank you all for hopping in and checking out the cast. As always, have a good night, and we will hopefully see y'all in the next one.
Pre-season of VRML Breachers is brought to you by Triangle Factory, HyperX, Asterion Products, VR Cover, Arma.gg, Kiwi Design, and VRware.net.